crap.
Yeah.
But this song, again, it still has that mid-tempo groove, but Ed's guitar just soars and shows how, you're right, he could probably do an instrumental album like this if he wanted to.
Totally. It would be fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, just like a rare treat to hear the band groove without a singer. And they executed it really well, too. It's not like, oh, my God, I can't believe, Sammy couldn't come up with lyrics, so they came up with some kind of BS riff and just jammed for a few minutes as filler. It's not that.
No.
It is well worth listening to as any Van Halen song, but even a bigger treat that it's an instrumental.
Oh yeah, this is really just an awesome gem off this album. I love this song. So, and you wonder, Dave, I almost feel like not album, but albums exist like this. There is probably tons of this stuff already recorded. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Is I bet you there is tons of this stuff, but somebody's got to cut it. You could probably make box sets of what he has there.
Yeah, but I think what he has is lots of riffing and not necessarily a completed song.
Oh, that's true.
Ed was always like, I've got 10 CDs worth of stuff.
Yeah.
Which he probably does. I mean, at least he's probably got more than that.
Right.
But it's basically just like him and Al jamming on riffs.
Right.
And, there's no solo, there's no structure.
Right.
It's like, and is that stuff interesting to you and me? Sure.
Yeah.
Can you put an album's worth of that? Never mind a box set of stuff on that?
Yeah.
Ooh, that might be tough.
That might be tough. That's true. So Sammy finally makes his way back into the fold by the 11th song. Now, the funny thing about this song, Take Me Back, in quotes, Deja Vu. This song sounds like a Sammy Hagar solo song to me. I swear to God. I love this song. I think it's great, but it's not very Van Halen. Apparently, it was a sort of sequel to Sammy's song Swept Away off his 1984 solo album, VOA. I don't get this one bit. I don't understand how this correlates with that song, but whatever. Apparently, the band remixed this song after it was already released and put it out again with the remix version, but no one can really tell the difference between the two versions. This song was apparently written for Unlawful Carnal Knowledge. The intro is from the Club Days song No More Waiting. And Ed plays slide guitar on the Musser, which is a South American guitar. And apparently, Bruce made Sammy rewrite the lyrics 3 times on this one. In fact, Sammy was so frustrated he wanted to take it off the album. But I think this song sounds fantastic. I think it could have been a single in the sense of that it's got that commerciality to it.
Some desert island off Morocco. We had a love so hard to find. Oh, so full of life, so free and easy. Another place, another time. Oh, take me back. I wanna be there with you.
It's very light. This is sort of a light, fun song. Definitely one of the lighter, brighter tunes. I tell you, it really sounds like a Sammy Hagar solo song. It really, really does. What do you think, Dave?
That's interesting. You may be onto something there. Towards the end of the album, things start slowing down.
Yeah.
I mean, this and Feelin'.
Yeah.
I mean, they're more ballady than anything else.
Yeah.
It really slows things down. I think the song is okay.
Uh-huh.
There's a lot of back and forth between, the acoustic, and then they rock out a little bit. The guitars have some nice crunch, some nice vocal effects when Sam's singing. When he does like I forget what he says, but it's like one soul, one mind, or one heart, or something like that.
Right.
It almost sounds like his voice is being run through like a Leslie speaker or something.
Yes,
like that.
it's got like kind of a echoey effect. Like,
right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A lot of little nuances. Yeah.
So it's a nice little back and forth, but again, it kind of borders on the territory of another competent band could have done this song.
Yeah.
Which probably goes along your way of it sounding like a Sammy Hagar song.
It really does.
Because,
I
mean, Sammy has some good songs, but like, let's face facts. I mean, he does songs well, and he executes them, but there's other people who could do it as well as he can. So
yeah.
I think this song kind of veers into that territory.
Yeah, that's for sure. Now, we come to the last song of the album, and it is Feelin', which is a big sort of opus. This is a very interesting song. I really like this song. This is Sammy's favorite song on the album, believe it or not.
How are you and you with me? I wonder who I'd rather be. If I had one wish, I'd take that feeling. Oh, what I've been told I'm feeling. And I'm seeing what no one else will ever know. I'm seeing.
They got really cool background vocals. It's very forward-thinking, this song. This is a really strong track. When the band comes in about 1 minute and 43 seconds, and it breaks open wide, this song. And Sammy's lyrics are really good. He put in a real effort on it. About 3 minutes and 5 seconds in, the song goes into a hot jam between Ed and Al, taking the song into the stratosphere. And about 4 minutes and 20 seconds in, the song kind of comes back to form. This is a highly overlooked song. This is 6 minutes and 35 seconds. It's a long song, but it really is sort of epic in a way. Very overlooked, very overlooked. This is sort of a darker tune. The up and down of this album is unbelievable. It's all over the place, but there's some real genius shit in here. You could see, like, the band, you know, breaking into newer territory on this song. We'll talk about that more even next with the next one. This ends the album, unfortunately, but it sort of leaves you on a weird note. But what do you think of this one?
It does leave you on a weird note. When I hear it and I think of it, I think of the intro and I think of a ballad. But you're right. It's like 3 or 4 songs in one. You know, it's got the slow part, then you got the electric part, then Ed busts into the solo, and then there's the whole part at the end, and there's almost like a cashmere string section in the background going on. So epic is the right word. It's definitely an epic song. Not something that Van Halen usually does, but I will give him credit for this one because they're not sounding like every other band on this one, and they are stretching themselves a little bit, and I give them credit for ending on a challenging note.
Absolutely. Now, here is the weirdest part of this whole Balance album. I don't understand why this happened, but the song Crossing Over, which I know you're a fan of, Dave, is sort of the only Van Halen bonus track, official bonus track, that exists. This was on the Japanese version of the album. It was left off officially on the album. The song is not on Spotify. It's not on iTunes. It's not on the CDs, or it's not on the cassette. None of that. It was on the Japanese CD, which I had to buy, which had a different cover because that got banned, and that story comes later on in this podcast. This is a bonus track that really should have been included on this album for sure. I'm going to call it a masterpiece in a way. It shows new growth of the band, an incredible heartfelt song. This is a massive tune. Alex's drums are extraordinary. Sammy's lyrics are incredible. This was, believe it or not, dubbed David's tune because it was a song back from 1983 that Ed wrote about a friend of his who committed suicide. And I believe that the reason they recorded it was because of the death of Ed Loeffler. And they felt it was too personal a song to keep on the album, which makes no sense because they released it anyway. I mean, I don't understand what that means. But the production is intense. And if you listen, like I said, in the headphones, it captures all these little double vocals of Sam and the background vocals, and there's some effects on there. It is an absolute crime that this is not on balance. Now, what I really think should be happening here is I think Doing Time should be removed. I think Not Enough should be removed. I think Strung Out should be removed, and I think Crossing Over should have been on this album. I do not understand how you could let a song this good be lopped off the album. That was another sore point, by the way, with Sammy Hagar. He was furious that this song was not on the album. What do you think of this one, Dave?
I'm a huge fan of this song.
Yeah.
Which was also the B-side to Can't Stop Loving You.
Right. So my whole thing is you're releasing it anyway. So, like, what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I mean, talk about two different songs.
Yeah, oh my God.
On
night
each
and
side,
day.
right?
It's a black and white
but
cookie.
This song, the outro to this song,
I know,
arguably is the best outro Van Halen ever did on a song.
Absolutely.
I'm sure someone will write in and say, "What about this song?" And
right.
You might be right. And I'm probably forgetting about it right now, but this one is definitely in the top three. I mean, again, some dark, serious lyrics on this song. Give Sammy credit for writing good lyrics that match the music. Ed plays drums on this song with Alex, and Ed does some background vocals. I don't know if I call them background vocals. There's like his vocals are in there. They're kind of in the background.
Right.
I mean, there's lots of really interesting stuff. Heavy riffs from Ed. I mean, again, it's got that mid-tempo groove going on, but it really works for this song.
Right.
And the fact it's not on the album is a crime, because if it was, it would easily be one of the best songs on the album.
Yep.
I totally agree with you with which songs to get rid of and put this one on.
Right.
The fact it's not on Spotify or anything like that. Oh, it's
horrible.
Again, another crime. I mean, not only is this song one of the best songs, it's not on the U.S. album, but I'm just going to say, not only is it one of the best songs on the album, at least on the Japanese album, it's one of the best songs from the Van Hagar era of the band. Yeah. And I'm even going to go on a limb and say it's one of the best songs from Van Halen, period.
Wow. Okay.
Period.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to knock Unchained off my top 10.
No.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But, for all the complaints of Van Halen doing When It's Love and stuff like that, which are valid, there's songs like this.
Oh, my God. It's hard to believe it's the same band.
Still rock when they wanted to.
Absolutely. It's hard to believe it's the same band. And I swear to God, I really believe a couple of things. If you remove Not Enough, Strung Out, Doing Time, add Crossing Over, fix the lyrics on Amsterdam, and maybe retitle this album and maybe do some different packaging or whatever, I think it could have been a more reputable, stronger effort. I think the back and forth, the zig and the zag of this album really confused people.